The June Council meeting had a special start where at the start of some meetings we do presentations around significant things that have happened during the month. And this month it was a real pleasure to acknowledge former councillor and Deputy Mayor Dean Hobson. Many of you would have seen the playground in King Square that had been there for many years. It was the Dean Hobson playground, and with the King Square project now well underway and the demolition of the civic building underway as well, that playground was being dismantled, and we had the pleasure of handing back the sign of Jean Hobson's playground to Jean, as well as kind of thanking her for her really important contribution to bringing families and life back into the centre of Fremantle. Of course, there will be a new playground, a new, even far better playground designed by school kids around Fremantle that will be going in as part of the King Square project in coming years. But this is a nice way of acknowledging Jean's really important contribution to that, handing back the sign and showing some nice photos of even when she was with her grandkids more than 20 years ago when that playground was first installed. So that was how we kicked off the council meeting before we got into some of the other business, especially around the budget. Being the last meeting of the financial year, it was of course the budget meeting, and that was at the heart of the council meeting, where we passed our budget for the 2018-2019 financial year. It's a big budget year, of course, because at the heart of this year's budget is the King Square renewal project. Over $46 million, of course, we spent on the new libraries and civic centre, which is going to be very much heart of that $270 million project that we are doing in partnership with Sirona, that will bring many thousands of workers back into our city centre. So that's very much, this year's budget is very much at the heart of that, despite that's obviously a very big chunk of money and big investment in the city's future. But one of the things that the council and I was really pleased to be able to do was actually to keep rates low. In fact, this year our 2.9% rate increase is actually the second lowest rate increase that we've had, going all the way back to about 2000. In fact, the lowest rate increase was last year. And that's despite actually being the 2% of that 2.9 is actually so we can move towards 3 bins, otherwise known as FOGO, which is around food organics and garden organics, and actually having a third bin for those so we can have a proper separation and ensure that much less of our waste goes to landfill. Fremantle, along with other councils in the SMRC, is already a leader in diversion from landfill, but this going towards 3 bins, a trial we've been doing with Melville and East Fremantle, is something that we want to put in place properly. It's going to require, of course, purchasing lots of new bins and rolling out that whole new schedule over the next 12 months or so. So this is actually a major investment in sustainability and the city's future and waste, but was also very much at the heart of the project. So I guess King Square, FOGO, and the other really big project is around Fremantle Park, where there's a major new community and sporting facility, which will be spending over 2 financial years, but this financial year about $2.8 million in that investment as well. So I think there's some really great stuff in the budget, but I encourage you to go and have a look and see what else is in there.